My name is Mark Holloway. I've worked in law enforcement for over 18 years, and in that time, I've seen more cases than I care to remember, but every once in a while, there's one that doesn't let go. It gets under your skin, it wakes you up at night, it follows you. This case, it was different. Her name was Emily Sanders, a kindergarten teacher, always smiling, always polite. Married to Daniel Sanders, the man the town respected. He ran youth programs, made donations, gave speeches. People saw him as a role model. So when we got the call that she was found dead in their home, wrists slit, no signs of forced entry, everyone assumed suicide. Everyone except me. Because 6 weeks earlier, Emily came into my office. She was shaking. Her eyes were red from crying. She sat down across from me and didn't say much, but sometimes you don't need words. Fear speaks through the eyes. She didn't file a formal complaint, just handed me an envelope and said, "If anything ever happens to me, open this." I kept it locked in my drawer. I didn't want to believe I'd ever need to open it. But that Sunday morning, I did. I still remember the sound the envelope made when I opened it. Paper sliding against paper. Inside was a flash drive and a note. The note said, "Mark, if you're reading this, it means I didn't make it. I'm scared. Not of dying, but of being forgotten. Of people thinking I just gave up. Daniel is not who people think he is. He controls everything. What I wear, who I talk to, even when I sleep. If I tried to leave, he said I'd disappear, and no one would come looking." My hands trembled as I read it. I'd seen women write things like this before, and most of the time, no one believes them until it's too late. I plugged the flash drive into my laptop. There were 6 audio files, just her voice. Quiet, nervous. Some recordings were short, others a little longer. In one of them, she was crying. He said he would kill my sister if I told anyone. He watches me through my phone. I know it. He takes pictures of me when I'm sleeping. And sometimes I hear the camera click, but when I open my eyes, he's not there. I remember pausing the audio and staring at the wall for what felt like hours. This wasn't just a toxic marriage, this was slow, psychological murder. I started asking around neighbors, friends, anyone who might have seen or heard something. But this case was wrapped in silence. Too many people said they seemed happy, or Daniel was such a good guy. Good guys don't track their wives through hidden apps. I got permission to pull Emily's phone data from the cloud. Texts, location pings, deleted files. I spent nights piecing them together like a puzzle. And slowly something terrifying came into focus. She had tried to leave 3 times. 3. But every time, within hours, Daniel would show up. At a motel, at her friend's house, even once at a bus terminal. Smiling, calm, convincing her to come back. One message chilled me to my bones. It was from Daniel. "You can't run from what you belong to." I brought this to my captain. He said it wasn't enough. "No physical evidence," he said. "We can't charge a man over creepy texts." So I went back to the house. One more time. That's when I noticed it. A hairline crack in the bathroom mirror. So thin you wouldn't see it unless the light hit just right. Behind it was a hidden audio recorder. Still running. That recorder, it captured everything. Voices, arguments, whispers in the night. But one recording stood out. It was from the night Emily died. You can hear her breathing, pacing. Then Daniel's voice. Calm. Cold. "Daniel, you really think anyone's going to believe you, Em?" Emily, crying, I don't care anymore. I just want out. Daniel, out? There is no out. You're mine. You'll always be mine. Then a struggle, a thud, the sound of water running, and silence. That was enough. We arrested Daniel Sanders 3 days later. At the trial, he sat in silence. No emotion, no apology, just coldness. But when the audio was played in court, even he looked down. For the first time, he looked ashamed. Emily's parents cried. The courtroom did too. That recording, that tiny hidden device behind a cracked mirror, saved her story. Gave her the voice she never got to use while she was alive. You know, I still keep that envelope in my drawer. Not because I need it anymore, but because I don't ever want to forget. That fear has a sound, and sometimes silence speaks the loudest.